This young man hails from Dallas, Texas, and he was at the his desk one day and his computer working from home. Got up and his fingers were not moving because he had to go use the little boy's room. Boss called him and said, "What?" And he's younger than he is, and he said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Man, I got 2 degrees." Matter of fact, the gentleman has 2 master's degrees, and they asked him, why is your not moving?" He said, "I went to the restroom." He said, "Mr. Thomas, that rocked my world right there. That told me right there, I got to get out of here. I'll do whatever it takes. Matter of fact, I'm not going to sleep in my bed till I get RD wrapped up." And he made a vow to that. And I go down to Dallas, and he always has guests in Dallas when I go to Dallas, Texas. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of this young man. And he's a sponge. His training is really profound, a little different, but I tell you what, it makes a lot of sense. So without further ado, can we give a warm welcome, none other than Sam Foster from Dallas, Texas.
ACN family on this Friday of September. It is a wonderful day here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I want to thank everybody for coming on the call. I know you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here at this time. I'm not going to be before you long because I have an opportunity to go to an event that's going to hold thousands and thousands of people. So, a lot of times I'm on the road. So this Friday is no exception. I want to give it back to Mr. Thomas for providing this wonderful platform. Also, Mr. Clemens for working behind the scenes. Thank you, sir. Thank both of you for everything that you do. Thank everybody for coming on the call. Let me dive right into the information. All right. Last week when I talked to you guys, I know I talked to you guys talked to you about this guy by the name of Robert Smith. Robert Smith. And if anybody was on the call last Friday, if you guys can tell me in the chat what this guy did. All right. Okay. On top of that, I want you guys to put this in your mind. On top of that, this guy is a multi-billionaire. Talked about that last week. He's a multi-billionaire. All right. He was personally responsible a few years ago for paying off the debt, right? The debt of all the senior class members of Morehouse College in Atlanta. He was the keynote speaker. He got up and he literally told all the graduates that he would be paying off their debts, paying it all off, which means they're going to the world with zero debt. Now, how many people would love to have been a student in that atmosphere? That's right. I know, me too. Right? But I want you guys to know something. You also have the opportunity to not only pay debt off, right, but to start all over again fresh. What do you mean by that, Sam? Do you guys realize that ACN allows us the opportunity to start all over every day fresh from scratch? Which means if you haven't done anything in the past, you definitely have an opportunity to do something starting today. Did he say that right? That's right. Today, you have an opportunity to start over fresh. Now, I don't want you guys to think about that as an everyday start over. Why? Because we want you to be consistent. We want it to build a stair-step mentality. Okay? Before I dive totally into my information, I want you guys to write this down. This is the title of my message. A shot in the dark. That's right. While you're writing it down, I'm getting ready to put together my shirt right here because I'm on my way out the door, literally. A shot in the dark. A shot in the dark. Where's Sam going with this? Where's it? A shot in the dark. That's right. A shot in the dark. Okay. Now, course, we at this point, we're very familiar with Mr. Robert Smith. I want you guys to see what he did and the end result of kind of how it's looking now for, I guess you would say, a lot of these students. Watch this. Did some more research. Aha. Aha.
Aha. Aha.
Did some more research, guys, and found out, fast forward to today, not only did he pay off the debt of those individuals, which was about 400 students in attendance, 400, right? But he also gave them an opportunity to get on a Zoom call with him once a month, every month, exclusively, just for them. Now, let's do the math for a second. 400 people on a Zoom call with one of the richest men on the planet once a month. Take notes, the whole down, whatever he got to feed them. Can anybody take a stab at how many people took advantage of that opportunity? Don't even worry about it. I don't even have time to tell it to you like that. I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is 40 to 80 people. That's right. That's right. That's right. I know. Putting the emojis up. Oh my God. OMG. Did he say that right? Did he say that right? That's exactly what I said. Out of around 400 students that he paid the debt off, he only has an average of 40 to 80 people on that once a month Zoom call. Let's talk, people. Let's talk for a second. That's a small amount of people to be on a Zoom call with a multi-billionaire that just paid your whole debt off of your college tuition. And by the way, guys, Morehouse College is not a small tip in the bucket. It's a private institution, so you know it costs. And for only 40 to 80 people be on the call, the least I can say about that, and it's my opinion now, don't sue me, don't write me, but my opinion, how is that for being ungrateful? Not only ungrateful, but not seeing the bigger picture. That's one of the reasons why I title is A Shot in the Dark. Because somebody, and no pun intended, but somebody has to be missing the mark, and they have to be blind to the fact. First of all, I want you guys to understand and recognize the ability to have an opportunity in front of you and not take advantage of it. Now, these young individuals, apparently most of them are not taking advantage of the opportunity. Why? Because if you got somebody that's willing to be on a Zoom call that's that successful, SVPs, RVPs, RDs, come on now, I'm bringing it home, center mass to ACN. Why are they not on the call on a consistent basis? Do you realize the more they could be on the call, watch this, blessings would fall by default? What if they're on the call and he recognizes, of course he's starting to recognize the people that's on the call. He decided to give them a job. He decided to present an opportunity to them. The more you're on the call, you get insight, ACN. The more you're on the call, you get nuggets that people give to you like this. We got a library of history that you can go and look at through Destiny International. Let's take advantage of the opportunity. But some of us are shooting in the dark. What do you mean by that, Sam? Some of us are not taking advantage of the opportunity. Let's try this on for size. What if some of us become more consistent with just getting on the calls? What if some of us become more consistent with just doing a little bit every day? Now, I told you guys I'm getting ready to go to this pretty big event the rest of the week, right? Well, I'm not going to go empty-handed. I don't believe in that. I actually just ordered a box of cards, box of them. And you know, guys, I'm going every day with a stack. I'm going every day with a stack. Why? Because I may not have the opportunity to talk to, of course, everybody in the arena, but I do have the opportunity to make small chit chats and just give a card. Well, Sam, you're saying that, but I'm not in your area. That's a big event. Well, let's bring it down to a smaller event. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's bring it down to the smaller event. The smaller event is I got up this morning. I went to the gas station. I gave out a card thing. I got up this morning. I went to Walmart. I had a small conversation with the teller. I mean, with the customer person at the counter. I exchanged numbers with them. Thing. I had an opportunity to go to my kid's school to pick my kid up. I talked to the teacher. Thing. I had an opportunity to get in a car with an Uber driver. I didn't get out until I struck up a small conversation with him. Thing. These are small things that you can do without having to say, I'm shooting in the dark. How do you think SVPs become SVPs and RVPs and all these people? They talk to somebody. They come outside of the box to do something that they've never done in order to get something they've never had. That's important. That's important for somebody. Because in order for you to become successful in life, you have to fall in love with the process. Let me repeat that, guys. In order to become successful in life, you have to fall in love with the process before you ever have success. All right? That's something for somebody. That's something for somebody. Now, I'm going to turn the page just a little bit because I want to bring this thing full circle if I can. With that said, I had an opportunity to talk to two teachers recently and overheard their conversation. You know, I love to throw mental pictures out to everybody. They were having a conversation, and I just so happened to what they call ear hustle. For those of you on the call that don't know what ear hustling is, it's being nosy. So I act like I was doing something, but I was not. Of course, I was listening. For somebody, you have to pay attention, even in a group of people. I heard them say something, and this is for my ACN enthusiasts, because we have to make sure that when we're in any environment, we're paying attention. We're paying attention to the details, what people are talking about, yada, yada, yada. If you're at a job, you're in the break room, pay attention to conversations. Most people that are human are going to tell you something about them if you just pay attention to listening. Why? Because they're going to express themselves, especially if they're in a break room or something like that at a job. That's a key word for somebody. That's a key word for somebody. Watch this. I overheard the two teachers talking, guys, and they were talking about, one teacher was talking about how he went to the dentist and this, that, and the other, but they got to basically talking about healthcare and how it's expensive and this, that, and the other. And you know what happened to me? Aha, my ACN antennas went off. Not only did I peak one person, but I peaked both of them. Both of them got my information. Well, that don't say much. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It says exposure, exposure, exposure. So you don't have to worry about what they're going to do with the information as so much as you have to realize what did you do as far as the initiation of the information. Some people, let's be honest, some people wouldn't have paid attention and some people would not have made a move. But not only did I pay attention, guys, but I made a move. Why? Because now my information is on them. That's exposure. I can always go back since I got their information and repeat, ask them how things are going, blah, blah, blah. And Sometimes, like Mr. Thomas said, they'll bring it back up. Hey, you still doing that thing? Yeah, I'm still doing that thing. Hey, I just called to see how you were doing. I hope everything is well. Yeah, everything's all right. Boom. I got their response. Then I say, hey, did you check out my information? Or if they have checked it out, to follow up, like Miss Nicole said, to follow up, I may have a conversation with them on text by saying, hey, if you checked out that Shop Now tab, we have health care. Really, really. See, those are the things that you talk about. You don't always have to look like a hawk zoning in on somebody. You can make it casual, but it has to be consistent. In other words, what we do, guys, has to become, and I always say this, a lifestyle. A lifestyle. So we're not shooting in the dark. Because what we ultimately want to do in ACN, guys, we want to put our eyes on a set target. Now, you don't have to worry about if I get them or not. Because to be honest with you, when you expose yourself, you're going to get more than just them in the long run. In other words, you don't want just the tree. Watch this, guys. Write this down. You don't want just the tree. You want the forest. Watch this, watch this, watch this. For somebody, because I know somebody don't even have business cards. What a shame. What a shame. Bad Sam. Somebody don't even have business cards. Somebody don't even have business cards. You need business cards. Why? Because whenever you're in a big situation with a bunch of people, you just go in your pocket, hey, how you doing? My name is Sam. I know you're busy. Check me out. Boop. Boop. And not only do I have a one-sided business card, guys, but I have a two-sided business card. If everybody can zoom in on this right here, right? That's that Project Feeding Kids. Because somebody's going to be looking at this going, wow, they help out like that? You want to be well-rounded instead of just shooting in the dark. You want your eyes to be open as well as your ears and your mentality to be open to say, I want to be able to galvanize the masses of people and try to maximize my opportunity whenever I'm in an environment. But some of us are going to have to get outside the box a little bit. No beating, no chastisement. I'm just being honest now. Some of us are going to have a doer's mentality. Love the fact we get on the calls. Love the fact that we do what we do on these calls. Everybody, for the most part, is consistent. But it's all about what do you do when you get up out of your chair? Do you just turn your cameras off and say, ooh, I got my fix for the day? Or do you say, I'm going to apply what I just heard? I'm going to apply it. That makes all the difference in the world. So when people see you again, whether it's teachers or people that you go around, now they know what you do. Now they know you got a passion for it. Now they know you got a drive for it. Now they know that this is you. Take it or leave it. And if they look at the information, and most people will, if they don't believe in you right now, because sometimes we have to do redos on ourselves, they at least know the information is factual. Factual. No arguing. The documentation should be your conversation. Less is better when you got the goods in your hand, when you got the goods on print. The compensation plan is on print. Let them know, like I tell them all the time, when you don't get paid, call me. When you do what that compensation plan says do, and you don't get paid, give me a phone call. I love to have that conversation with you. In all the years I've been doing ACN, it's been my experience that most of the time when people get paid, they don't call you because they're getting paid. I love to have non-conversations because if you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to eventually get what you came to get. With that said, guys, I was going to be real brief because I'm getting ready to head out. I got to get my mind together. I got all the tools of the trade. I got my phone. I got my business cards. Now I got to get my mind together. I got to get my pivot on. All right. And I'll be back and see you guys on next week with another fire call. With that said, guys, let's go out there. Let's charge to heal. Let's be great because ACN is that. Thank you, guys. Love you.